these two elements have to be dovetailed and go together. Now, the next question is, what is the talent management process? If you can see from this chart, there are few enablers, there are few activities, and they lead to something. Enablers, when I say here, means that in every talent management process, it is important for every organization to give meaning to its people. When I say meanings, it means shared purpose and shared values. People have to understand, recognize, and own the vision, mission, and the values of that organization. Only then it gives a purpose to people and meaning to people. And today's young talent, who has very different aspirations today in this world, be it in Pakistan or any other part of the world, they have their different priorities in life. Money is important for them, but study tells us that lifestyle means a lot to them. Of course, that's going to come with the money, but money is an icing on the cake. And then they don't want to work unless there is some meaning that actually is into that job, into that function, into that assignment, means that they are aligned to the vision of the organization they are working for. They want to understand it, they want to embrace it, and the values of the organization are the ones that they have to own it. That shared purpose gives meaning to youngsters, to the new generation, to the new talent, the talent of today, and more so, organizations have to prepare themselves for the talent of tomorrow. So there has to be some meaning assigned, meaning given to the young talent that today who is in the market and who is running and driving organizations to success. The next is empowerment. People want to be empowered today. Gone are the days when we had a parent-child relationship in employment. That line manager is going to decide what his or her team member is going to do, how they're going to work. Yes, the line manager today can provide a framework, but then the youngsters would want to take some decisions on their own. And they would only want to do something which excites them, which energizes them, which gives them some meanings, which gives them some purpose to live and to thrive on. This is called adult-to-adult relationship. The parent-child era is gone. So all the line managers, all the leaders, and all the organizations who are dynamic, who have futuristic plans, they have to now accept the fact, it's a reality, that parent-child philosophy doesn't work in organizations anymore. It is adult to adult. People want empowerment. Flexi hours, agile working, which used to be talk of Europe, today it's in Pakistan. Even the youngster of today would also want to have flexi arrangements of working. They would also want to have agile ways of working. At the end of the day, they would want, tell us what needs to be done, what needs to be delivered. Let us decide whether we want to be in office for 10 hours or we want to split our timing between home and office and deliver whatever needs to be delivered on time. Because organizations, the quality of output is not dependent on how much time a person spends in office. The quality of output is quality of output. It could be anywhere. I mean, I'm sure most of you will agree with me. You'll be happy to have an arrangement with your people that they deliver whatever is agreed to be delivered by not only sitting in office. It could be by even operating out of home at times, depending on, because we have an arrangement in our office at least. I can talk about Unilever Pakistan and I can talk about some other companies in Pakistan now who have gone to that level, that there is flexi timing of work. means you're going to put, let's say, for example, 8 hours in a day. So you decide from time A to time B, whichever time you want to put in. Of course, there's a framework around that. It's not just that free. At the same time, when we talk about flexi, agile working means you decide, maybe once or twice in a week, along with the line managers, that you want to operate out of home or you want to come to office. Yes, that would mean if you decide to operate out of home, there's some infrastructural supports that organization has to provide to people. But then imagine the kind of productivity that we can bring in that way. At times it so happens that people would want to be out of, and especially when we talk of, I see very few female here, I'm surprised. I always thought that we have lots of chartered accountants who are female, because gender diversity is something in Pakistan we are missing. We have 52% of the population is female. And what kind of flexibility, what kind of facilities we create for them in organizations, for them to come and work. We have done that because that's where the talent has to be tapped. That's where the talent has to be taken on, because we are missing out on that talent, you know, and that's what we sorry. Technology is always. I'm jumping onto inclusive culture. The talent is available, but are we making the best of that talent in the country? Perhaps not. Are we geared up for that? Well, the CFO sitting here, I'm sure you can work out a business case for that. I'm sure you can justify a reasonable expense to encourage that part of our population to be part of our workforce. There is a very strong business case for that. And that's one building block of talent management. Then recognition of people is another enabler. People need to be recognized. Recognition doesn't mean that you got to give them some money, you got to give them holidays, you know, they want to go somewhere up in the hill or outside the country. Recognition could mean even pat on the back. Recognition could mean putting people together in a room and recognizing somebody who's done a good work. This is a great enabler in building a talent, an exciting talent in a company. Then the next is trust. And I'm sure you all will agree that trust is very important. Trust, here what I mean trust is open and transparent communication in our organization. No closed door policies. No under the table kind of policies. Policies are meant for people. And if people can't have an access to that, means nothing. It is nothing. No policy can be a black hole. At the same time, leaders, line managers need to walk the talk. They need to bring in transparency in every process and system of an organization. They need to be very transparent, and they need to ensure that people understand and appreciate what's being done in an organization. It may sound tough. It may sound at times that a boss sitting in a room may feel, oh my goodness, that's my authority, guys. I can do whatever I want. But that's not the way you can build talent. It's not possible at all. Policies, if are meant for people, it's meant to build a system and a process, then these have to be transparent. There has to be open and transparent communication. There has to be an open door policy. There has to be consistency across the business in terms of policy and systems implementation. All these enablers lead us to certain activities or actions. What is that? I talked about transparent communication. Capability building. We've been talking about, all HR people, when we stand up, any HR book that you pick up, you'll say, people are an asset. And I'm sure accountants sitting here, every asset has a life. And every asset, if it's not refurbished,